The big AI crash is coming eventually, and it will give rise to ghosts. AI that was just sweatshops filled with labor from developing nations, hardware that was hard to wear, and salespeople that pivoted from crypto to AI faster than I can run from a woman in yoga pants that asked me how many sets I have left on the lap pull down in a commercial gym. That's right, folks, it's almost Halloween, and it's the perfect time to go through some of the ghosts of Silicon Valley and talk about models as smart as God, but with better margins. Go to inference.net. Always be shilling the homies. The beauty of Silicon Valley is that you're allowed to fail. The horror of Silicon Valley is how far you can get before failing so catastrophically hard that the only thing left when Google searching your name are a few bankruptcy articles and pictures of you at the last conference you ever spoke at. We will cover all of this and how we got here. We'll take a trip down memory lane, starting with the dot-com bubble, moving through the 2010s, flashing past the ZIRP and crypto eras, and finishing up with more recent casualties of our current AI hype cycle. I'll also be chatting with my friend Will Depue from OpenAI about the ghosts of his twinkness, traveling, and short-form content. Only super serious topics for super serious media. And last but not least, there'll be an ode to girly Halloween presented by us, the members of technical staff. So Miranda, are you ready for Halloween in San Francisco?
Does it look like I'm ready for Halloween?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know how to do the Elizabeth Holmes voice very well, but in case you can't tell.
Yeah, well, I forgot to jitter like really
Yeah,
fast
you're not playing League on the phone
Yeah,
call.
I'm not hooked up on amphetamines. I've also gone to Turkey and received a hair transplant. So I'm kind of like SPF with a ton more hair, like 80s SPF.
I think I'm also Elizabeth Holmes with a ton more hair.
I
think we're just like, we just got it like that.
Exiled founders to Turkey.
Yes.
And then this is fine. You can probably also see that we've got a nice little doggo here in the foreground. Not sure if she's in the shot just yet, but she will come by and say hello. This is fine. This is how we're doing it. What's special about Halloween in San Francisco for you?
Okay, I think many people in San Francisco, I think it's kind of Burning Man adjacent where people dress up really well for Halloween in San Francisco. And then there's many different flavors. You can go to house parties, you can go to the marina bars and see some more basic college-esque Halloween costumes. And then you can go to these crazy parties that a bunch of the art kind of community puts on with crazy set design, a lot of production. And I'm excited because it's my favorite holiday, which is why we are throwing a banger Halloween party.
Absolute rager.
Yes.
Absolute rager. Thank you, podcasting. This is what you get to do when you have a niche San Francisco technology culture podcast. You can contribute to niche San Francisco technology culture by throwing rages and put it on the Mercury card. Thank you once again, podcasting. I'm looking forward to this.
I'm looking forward to this as well.
We already did the Costco run. And we did some damage.
Yeah.
There will be an Amazon run.
There will be an Amazon run. There will be plenty of supplies at our party. And I think Halloween is great because there's the Mean Girls quote. I tweeted this. It's Halloween is the one night a year when a girl can dress like a total slut and no other girls can say anything about it. And I think the same applies in our case to tech bros drinking. If you drink on Halloween as a tech bro, no other tech bros can say anything about it. It's Halloween.
Totally.
So I think with that in mind, maybe this will be one of the more fun occasions to party in San Francisco.
Yep. No, I think this is right. There'll also be security there, kicking out anybody that asks, "What are you building?" Right? We can do that beforehand. We don't do this on Halloween. It's actually cancelled. So I want to jump into today's topic, but before I do so, forget formulas. Describe it and it's done. Trufflepig AI is making spreadsheets easy and they're hiring. Join a fast-growing AI startup, building something that people will actually use. So Trufflepig, the segment sponsor. Thank you once again to the homies. Go and check out trufflepig.ai. So we're going to be kind of taking a step back through the years and talking about the different eras, right? The different ghosts of Silicon Valley. And so we're going to start off briefly with dot-com bubble. So there's a few of them. I think my personal favorite being having the musical background is Napster. Now, we probably both were still a little bit young to really kind of experience these sorts of early internet days. I know my early experience was the dial-up sound. Obviously, that's a ghost.
That's pretty old, yeah. I feel like I was not exposed to technology as much as others were growing up. I was from a really small town, so even Napster, I don't think I caught wind of. I don't think I experienced the dial-up sound that much. I think I was I like somehow came aware of technology somewhere when the phones, like, the slide out phones with the keyboards.
Yeah.
Like, I think that was when it was like, whoa, technology is a thing.
Totally. Yeah, I think for me, I mean, not necessarily Napster, which of course just got like sued into oblivion, but I definitely had some experience with LimeWire, which was just afterwards. I remember trying to download like little hardstyle tunes because it's my like early rave era.
That's so funny. Australians also have the craziest taste in like electronic music.
It's like the most hoe-scaring electronic taste you could possibly think of.
I have some Australian friends, shout out Autopile if they see this, and they always play the craziest music when I go to their office, and I'm like, wow, I can't.
Really?
Yeah, they play like play deep Australian. I don't know. I guess is it hardstyle?
Probably.
I don't know. It's something like whatever. I know Australians like this music. I don't know anything else about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like, Silicon Valley was always a gold rush town, and the dot-com bubble having all of these dinosaurs is just like par for the course. Like that's what happens here.
Yep. Yeah. Like, and it's like the same sort of deal. Companies raising too much money, companies with bad unit economics. We're going to see a common theme here. And so with this, I mean, obviously we can talk about this. It's sort of like played out, like all the search engines that died. Yahoo, Ask Jeeves. But moving into the 2010s, of course, we've got our personal favorite Theranos. Yours truly over here. Having a go at. It's like, I think it's worked pretty well. You had the pill there as well, no?
Oh no, I put the pill away.
Oh, okay.
I had the little vial of blood, when she like looks at the vial of blood.
Yeah.
Yes, I think Elizabeth Holmes, what we were saying before, like it's low key sexist if she doesn't get pardoned.
Yeah,
because
that actually, in fact, who said this? It was our friend Luke Metro, and he says, at this point, Elizabeth Holmes not receiving a pardon is just pure sexism, right? And so like she's already got the social media account, the X account. Now I don't think it's real.
I don't think it's real either. I think it's at best maybe she has some like knows it's happening, but I don't think that there's anything about it that's like authentically like really creatively directed by her.
Totally.
And I think it's sad because she had so much potential as a girl boss archetype, and someone actually was tweeting yesterday like, oh, there's not a lot of female CEOs to look up to as kind of like a pattern match for like us younger female entrepreneurs. There's like Gwen Shotwell, Mira Murati, and then there's the Canva founder, I believe her name's Melanie. And I feel like, but they're just like so few and far between, and so maybe maybe soon our my patron saint today, she'll be back and she might redeem herself in the health tech space. She'll
be that girl bossing, just like this girl bossing.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like I think obviously like Luke's post, the going back to the sexism point.
Yes.
I mean, obviously he's referring to people like Trevor Milton, and who we'll get to in a bit, who got pardoned.
Yeah.
But a couple of other honorable mentions that I want to bring up from the 2010s. Of course, you had Vine, acquired by Twitter.
Yeah.
Right? Our God King, and the reason why I have a podcast, for better or for worse. Retired 2017-ish, or at least in the late 2010s. And another one that I always find really, really funny, not necessarily a technology company, but involved with technology people, is Gawker Media.
Incredible. I mean, really the downfall of Gawker Media.
Yeah. I mean,
Crazy.
It's like, what I wouldn't give for, like Teal-funded opposition.
Yeah.
Right? Teal-funded Hulk Hogan opposition.
Hulk Hogan battling the Shadow Elite.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And now, I actually read an article, the founder, I think his name is Nick Denton, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually moving to Turkey, right? He's given up on the US.
Oh, just like us?
Just like,
He's going to be so full of hair. It's going to be wonderful.
I've got like this, like my face is going to be so oily after this. Like I can feel the petroleum derivatives just seeping into my skin.
His wig is disgusting. I was trying to like fluff it out to make it more SPF realistic, and it's disgusting. I think like the chemicals are actively seeping into my bloodstream right now.
Yeah.
Which is why I need Theranos.
Of course.
To see what's in my bloodstream, right? Exactly.
Bring her back. Trump, you know what to do. Pardon the girl boss, please. please. Okay, so I want to bring this now to the ZIRP bubble. Honestly, like when I was going through this the other night, there's like not as many that necessarily failed from that era. There's just a lot of zombie companies.
Yes.
You know? And of course, you know, I made mention to it before, but Nikola,
Yes.
great one. You know, with the truck rolling down the hill in the
Sometimes
demo.
you just gotta. Sometimes your demo fails.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta push the truck down the hill.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I mean, I feel like it does. It sucks because I think that there's a lot of like companies that had potential to do really good things in the world and really, you know, like push the frontier of innovation forward, and things like this really give them a bad name.
Totally.
But at the same time, like, you know, we do be failing demos as founders. Like this just happens. But I think obviously misleading the population and, you know, whatever happened was no good. I think the company, the SPAC
when public by
era,
SPAC, yeah.
really bad for a lot of these deep tech companies because you can convince the general public that anything is viable. But yeah, I think there's a lot of like zombie companies that are really interesting in crypto. Like I was looking at somebody who bought a Bored Ape Yacht Club for like $400 and something thousand in ZIRP and then recently sold it for $30K. And he was basically posting like, I still love the community. Like, I'm still an ape. He got ape tattoos.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So some of these, you know, despite being down 90%, they still have fans.
Yeah. I mean, more credit to them. That you know, there's a lesson there, a lesson in branding, a lesson in storytelling, perhaps. But you know, we can move on from there. I mean, speaking of the crypto, of course, you know, we got to give a mention to FTX. You know,
your company.
Yeah. I'm like Timu SBF, or I mean, you know, perhaps the other way around. I mean, hopefully like slightly.
Well,
bigger
you're
arms.
a free man.
Yeah. I'm a free man. I have more hair. I have bigger arms. I'm not hopped up on methamphetamine every single time.
But are you as cracked?
No.
I don't think you want to be as cracked.
No,
I don't think I would want to be as cracked as Lizzie here either, honestly.
Too cracked for their own good. Yeah, I mean, of course, you know, it's funny. I had a conversation, right? He's you know, my best friend in college, right? This is music school, who was super bullish on Ethereum. Like he would actually work these part-time jobs with me. So we'd work for the concert office, and every single paycheck he would get, he would actually put into Ethereum. Right, just super risk on, like, and you know, obviously sitting on millions of dollars worth of Ethereum now. But even beforehand, even during music school, go fucking figure, he was talking about how he's like, no, FTX is a fraud. He's like, no, I don't like FTX. It doesn't make sense to me. Sure enough, you know, he was right on Ethereum, and he was correct on that as well. I just found it interesting coming from like a classical percussionist.
You know, there's a lot of like, sometimes I feel like there's a lot of people in random jobs that like got into crypto and were like dead on. Yeah. And I actually like think it's a great subculture. Like I remember in the ZIRP era, you know, your Uber driver would be like, I'm buying crypto, baby. And I bet a lot of them made off pretty well at this point, like if they didn't sell, you know, in the...
And so to move into sort of more current thing, getting into this current AI hype cycle. And so I wanted to make a mention to Builder.ai, right? So Builder.ai, it actually went under kind of recently, right? A few months ago. Of course, you know, UK-based AI platform promising to allow customers to build apps and websites as easily as ordering pizza. It turns out the AI stood for all Indians, right? And so it was being outsourced to sweatshops
as
in third world countries.
easy as ordering pizza, like somebody who is a poorly paid immigrant is going to deliver your pizza to you. They're going to deliver your code to you.
This is the new economy.
Labor
right?
arbitrage.
The new economy is illegal money, illegal taxi service, illegal hotel service,
and betting AI. On everything.
Yeah. Gambling on everything, and then AI that's all Indians, right? And so, speaking of which, a friend of the show, Shweta AI, she says, I find reading AI as all Indians way more entertaining. Our entire backend is powered by all Indians. We raised a Series A to scale with all Indians. Our customer support team, that's all Indians. I mean, that's basically Builder AI.
Yeah.
It's like we are outsourcing it. I mean, there's all those memes around like the Filipino data labelers as well. It's like, you know, like who really is powering the US economy right now? It's questionable sources. And of course, another one that I want to get to is the humane AI pin. What are your thoughts on the humane AI pin being a fellow hardware girly? I say fellow, fellow hardware girly that actually works.
Yes. So I do think it is great to try to push, the frontier of consumer hardware forward. That's what we're trying to do at Fort. If you guys don't know, I'm working on a wearable device that actually works for strength training. But the key words here are actually works. Because I think that the problem with the humane pen was there were a lot of features that felt like, okay, maybe it's an interesting demo, but like with the amount of capital raised, the amount of amazing talent that was at this company, and the amount of hype, like, it just really didn't live up to those expectations. It didn't feel like something that was really useful, and there was a lot of issues with latency. And I just feel like it's really difficult to, if you put yourself in that position to then ship something that's kind of like a demo. And I also don't see a pin form factor really working. I don't even, it's really difficult to imagine what will win in the voice AI hardware space, because it does seem consensus that something is going to emerge there, but it seems also consensus that we haven't yet seen what that might be. For sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think that checks out completely. Obviously, the Luddite in me just wants to say it's going to be like the phone. And an extension of a device that we already have. But, sure enough, I mean, people have said that over and over again, and, they were probably wrong on the iPhone. Maybe I'll be wrong on the, the extension of whatever that AI pin, AI friend, whatever you might call it, might be. But to cap this off, I actually want to get to a post here from VC Braggs, friend of the show. He actually sent us stickers in the past week. And so, you would have seen that if you're following at mots_pod on x.com, you would have seen those stickers. And VC Braggs, he says, leaked image of the latest Humane Ink product from HP Printer Division. And it's a picture of the Humane pin, somebody pressing it, and on their hand, right, because the Humane pin had that display that would end up on your hand. It's very, very strange UX, but I guess, we live in the future or some shit. And it says, on the hand, it says toner low.
That's hilarious. Wait, you just reminded me of something. This was so funny. I was once walking with a couple of my friends, and it was right when Humane was coming out and getting dunked on. And so me and one of the friends who I was walking with, we were both pantomiming the AI pin. And my third friend decides this was a perfect time to drop a bomb on us. He was like, me and my long-term girlfriend just broke up. And I just remember being like this and being like, are you serious? Because we were in the middle of making fun of the Humane AI pin, and he just decides to tell us his 5-year-long girlfriend, who we were all really close friends with, and him just broke up. It was just so random. So I seeing this and doing this, I was like, oh my god, I'm reminded of that.
Yeah, fuck the Humane pin.
Yeah, fuck the Humane pin. I blame them. Yeah.
That sucked. Yeah, well, I mean, jokes on the Humane pin. They were acquired by the printer company, and I think they were acquired for something that of around 110 mil. I think their total funding was up around $500 million.
Yeah.
So there goes those investors. But yeah, it is. We're gonna have a few more of them. There's going to be a lot more that sort of come out of this cycle. More zombie companies, all of those sorts of things. And so I think this is a good time to switch to our good friend Will Depue. So we'll go ahead and cross to him now. But first, let me tell you about Inference.net. Now, Inference.net, they go ahead and train small custom models. If you are a company that is connected to any of the foundational models providers, that could be OpenAI, that could be Anthropic, that could be Google Gemini. If you're spending anywhere around that sort of $50K a month mark, you should go ahead and get in touch with Inference.net. They can go ahead and train you a custom model and host it for you. It will cut your costs significantly. I would go ahead and get in touch with Inference.net. Of course, if you're in touch with me, you can get in touch with Inference.net. Go ahead and use them. Cut your inference costs by an order of magnitude today. Okay, so I'm here with my good friend Will Depue. Will is taking time off, right? So that is his current title. My man is taking time off from artificial intelligence, taking time off from OpenAI, of course. Once a researcher there, but he's now taking time off, right? I just want to emphasize that a bunch of different times, and I've brought him in here today, right, into the Goon studio, right? This is the remote Goon studio. You can see that I'm in my little Goon cave here. I brought him in today to talk about all things detwinkification, travel, and short form content. I don't think you get any more hard-hitting subjects than those three things. So I wanted to jump straight into this and ask Will here. So the detwinkification efforts, right? So this is we're releasing this episode on Halloween, right? Where the ghost of the ghost of the twink build, right? So we're turning the twink build into a ghost. I wanted to ask, how are the detwinkification efforts going, and how did the detwinkathon pan out?
Look at me, man. It's not working, man. I'm really surprised at how hard it is. I mean, I just didn't expect it to be this difficult to figure out. I just got lazy. Like at some point, like I gained like 5 pounds in like 2 weeks, and then I was like, oh, that's pretty good.
That's big.
And then I was like, oh fuck, like then I was traveling, and it's hard to eat when you're traveling. I was in New York, and I paid $17 for a sandwich that's like this big, and I'm like, I can't fucking bulk in New York. I'm gonna go broke, and no, and I kind of got lazy. I think it's scary to like gain a bunch of weight. You're like, fuck, I'm gonna be fat. Like I don't want to be fat.
Yeah, it really is a trade-off. Like, I mean, 5 pounds. What do you say? 5 pounds in like 1 week, 2 weeks? I mean, like,
2 weeks.
Regardless of that time frame, that's big. You know, like that's big weight gain. I mean, I haven't gained that amount of weight in that little time maybe ever, although I've been on a very, very slow drawn out detwinkification effort myself. I mean, over the course of 8 years in which I've not even spoken to a woman, let alone touched a woman, and so like it's a very different thing. But I mean, you've heard it here first, folks. Like OpenAI researchers say they're going to go broke trying to bulk in New York. I mean, like these are the things it takes to get to post scarcity and to be post economic. You know that you're post economic when you're able to bulk in New York. I'm curious, like how did the other competitors because there are a few people taking part in the detwinkathon. How was this received generally?
Yeah, no, the structure was about like 8 of my friends. We had like 4 coaches as well who are, no non-twinks. We have my friend Kieran who's like on the Olympic team rower, just like other people who are gonna coach us through our process. Quite honestly, I would say that like there are some people that really outperformed and some people that didn't do it at all. Donald Jukes, who you might know, gained 20 pounds in a month. I don't know what he's up to now, but he was just microwaving ice cream and drinking it. And honestly, I pussied it. I wasn't gonna do that, but he's crushing it. Holy shit! He looks great too. Like you would expect him to be fat. No, the guy just looks amazing. He just doesn't work out. I mean, I guess he walks a lot, but like he doesn't work out. It's bewildering. But yeah, we got Matthew Mariner in as well. Great lad. We got a lot of other people. Yeah.
Yeah. It's 20 pounds in a month is nuts. It's like that's so much. Insane. Yeah, I mean, I have conversations with a lot of people, like a lot of like a lot of like bodybuilding types, a lot of people that are post detwinkification, and the common theme is actually it really does become tough to gain weight, and none of them are man enough to simply microwave ice cream and eat it. Like Donald's absolutely crushed it.
It's just milk and sugar, you'll be all right.
Yeah, absolutely.
My recipe is mostly just core power, elites, which are $4 each, but 40 grams of protein per, not bad. Drinking a fuck ton of milk. Nuts are good. Shakes, obviously, but like I feel like I'm not a shakes guy. It's hard. I gotta convert to be a shakes guy. It's hard to gain weight otherwise. But
no, that's right. I mean, my shakes are just protein and water. It's like whey protein, water. I mean, and I'm not gonna put a bunch in it. It's like there's already so much slop to go around, and to work that into my daily routine with shakes, it seems a bit overkill. I mean, you mentioned so we touched on bulking in New York, and so I want to transition here into some of your travels. Right, I've seen that you've been to New York. I've seen that you've been to Rome. I've seen that you've been to India. Right. So what's that been like, and what's the favorite place that you visited in your travels?
Yeah, no, it's been a trip. I took a couple months off work, and so I've been traveling. I started first in New York for 2 weeks. That was a blast. New York is I really love New York. I want to
Mm.
end up in New York sometime soon. Um, and I don't know. I've traveled a bunch. I think uh I really did like India.
Yep.
I think the thing about India that is interesting is that, like, I mean, I was in France for a bit. I was in the south of France for a
Yep.
bit, and like the general feeling is that like everyone's part of the same Western monoculture, right? Like
Hmm.
fundamentally, like yeah, like everything was downstream. Like I'm in Paris talking to my friend and his girlfriend, and we're talking about socialism and billionaires and LGBTQ, and you're like, this is the same shit I heard. Like, and it's also like
Yeah.
you don't have billionaires in France. Like, why would you complain? It doesn't matter. I mean, like,
Yeah. Yeah. Name one. Bernard Arnault, like the
They have
the
a
Louis
one
Vuitton guy.
Bernard
Yeah.
Arnault or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, man. Um, but it's all
Yeah.
the same. Like
Yeah.
when Putin was invading Ukraine, it was like like it's about woke and LGBT. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like it's just like, come on, like invent something cool, right?
Yeah.
I really like the Tucker Carlson interview where he talks for like an hour and he's like talking about like random feuds from 100. I'm like, yeah, that's my shit, dog. You're like, yeah, the Baltic states actually in 18, yeah, whatever, yeah.
Of course, yeah. Like man goes through the history. Man, I remember that. Like Putin got memed so hard on the timeline just for like like it was just like just an infinite tangent. I mean, I remember when the Russia Ukraine thing started, and I was actually spending some time here at the time, but I went back to Australia, and then it was kind of like. I think just because Australia is like it's still part of that Western
Yeah,
monoculture, but
yeah,
just the sheer distance, right? No one gave a fuck.
yeah,
Like we were just kind of
yeah,
like, oh, that's
yeah.
like we'll let you
Yeah.
guys have it. It's like we're probably safe from the nuclear umbrella.
Yeah.
Yeah, I digress. I mean, okay. Another question I have. Did you talk to anybody about cricket in India?
Cricket. No,
Yeah.
unfortunately not. I think there was a big cricket match when I was there, and otherwise I didn't watch, unfortunately. Um,
Yeah, no, makes sense, makes sense. And so, I mean, obviously, cricket's very, very long form content. And so, I want to
yeah.
bring this around and sort of wrap this up with some discussion about short form content, the hardest
Okay.
hitting topic going around right now. I mean,
Yeah.
you obviously you posted your actual thoughts about Sora 2 on the timeline. Having worked on Sora 1
Okay.
quite directly, and Sora 2, and so I'm kind of curious as to how like, you think about how it's being received now. Obviously, I watch Instagram Reels, and so I'm seeing a lot of these Sora generated videos of like dogs completely obliterating all people's homes. And it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I get those too. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so I'm curious as to how do you think this is being received now that it's been in the public eye for a few weeks?
I think I go on Instagram Reels and like all I see is swear clips and it does make me happy because they're really
Yeah.
funny and you're like, hey, like I contributed a lot to that. I don't know. I mean, I guess I'll make another analogy. I was on my friend's house last night and we're all like hanging out and then like we all somehow end up on our phones. We're all watching our own short form fucking source slop content
Yeah.
and that like talking about an there's an accessibility feature on iOS 26 now where you can do a lick to scroll where if you stick your tongue out it'll scroll or something. So you can
Insane.
sit there lick the scrolling Instagram slop fucking Sora Reels, dog. And I was just like, we were all just it was a good time. Just drooling in the corner. Yeah, I think it's over, man. I think it's over. The children are not going to be okay. This is it.
Oh no, of course. I mean, my whole thesis. I mean, even since the DALL-E 3 days back in I think early 2022, was that authenticity was always going to be key, and that you're not necessarily like the human generated content is not going to go away because that is what people are going to seek more and more and more. They're going to seek live performances, all this sort of stuff. Again, boring ass take because it's been it's been said for a number of years. But no, I'm enjoying the short form slop reels. I mean, like there was I mean, I think in our similar friend group, I was over at at Luke's place a couple of weeks ago,
Yeah.
and we actually it kind of hit 11 p.m. and we just started bringing up YouTube Shorts like
Yeah, you're like, yo,
on the screen.
group
It's like,
YouTube
all right,
short goes hard. Yeah. Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
does. It
I
does.
mean,
It's like
to be honest though, I do think it's quite bad. Like I'm actually
yeah,
extremely worried about I think like, I think I think we're capable of inventing like incredibly powerful super stimuli of like, content. And I think often people relate this as like, oh, this is just the new TV. People forget about TV. This is new TV. I'm like, yeah, the one thing that people constantly forget is the dose makes the poison, right? Just like I just say that to myself a lot. And I'm point of like, yeah, it's TV, but like, what is the dose here? Like, it's just we're turning up the level, and like, I don't think it's all the same. I don't think that people are adapting totally normally. I think it's very bad. I mean, hopefully the benefits of AI are large, but like, I think the drawbacks will be large too, and I'm quite worried about them.
For sure. And I mean, I think what people seem to forget is like, it's the new TV, but at the same time, like TV was also probably bad. So like, kind of like what you said, right? It's like, yeah, just turning up that bad dosage, to the extreme. And, now we have dogs blasting old people's houses to bits. And, while that's pretty funny, you put that, you put that in front of, early teenage brains, right? These brains are that are just developing. And you're going to be completely one-shotting normies, which is it is totally concerning. Of course, we're I'm making a bit light of it a little bit. This is super serious media, but yeah, at the end of the day, I couldn't agree more. And so on that positive, on that light note, I think it's a good place to wrap up. Will, thanks for coming on Mott's here.
Yeah, thank you. See you around.
Now, it wouldn't be an episode of Members of Technical Staff without reacting to some of the greatest posts in the history of posts. And this segment is sponsored by Morph LLM, models that improve coding agents. Go to morphllm.com. So, jumping straight into this thing here, we're going to get to a post from our friend Ondrej J. Now, Ondrej, he's like one of the OG posters. Mm-hmm. Like he's been around forever. He's been around since before my account. So like, I remember him from the 2020 days. And whenever I try and find a post of his, it's really, really tough because I can't remember his exact @ Anyway, that's probably a me problem. That's probably a skill issue on my part. And so, but he says, when I see someone attacking Elizabeth Holmes for her Twitter account, there's a picture of this woman. She's like, oh, let's make fun of the girl who took a risk and put herself out there creatively.
I think she was creative in many ways. I think the voice was creative. Mm-hmm. The company idea was creative. Mm-hmm. I'm brought back to that clip from the show or movie about her where she calls Sunny a mediocre computer programmer. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No,
they're
fighting. I don't consume content, so it's like I'm just not.
Right, yeah, you never consume content.
Post content.
Sure, of course. No, I think they're fighting, and he calls her some name, and then she goes, "Yeah, and you're a mediocre computer programmer." Cool. So I think she's I don't know if that clapback was real.
Yeah. Regardless, she cooked his ass.
Yeah.
Absolutely
she cooked his ass. Creative, girl boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, what can we say?
It's like it also just adds to the mystery of her new account because you could totally see it being her.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense for it to be her.
Yeah.
I think there is remnants of a crypto scam going on with that account. At least I've sort of seen it in the past couple of weeks, pushing some sort of coin. And so but again, creative girly. I wouldn't put it past her to actually have some sort of online presence while she's there in jail. And this actually brings us to the next post. So this is from Anna Mosterak. Once again, another friend of the show. She says, Elizabeth Holmes is building in prison while you don't even have the attention span to finish the techno-optimist manifesto. And it's a screenshot of the headline. It says, Elizabeth Holmes' partner raises millions for new biotech testing startup.
I don't think they realized that if they just made a wrapper around LabCorp or the other blood testing services that they could have done really well. Function Health. Yeah. Function Health is doing blood testing, the fastest growing consumer health tech in a while. Yeah. Superpower, also growing really fast. Yep. And they didn't even need to do it with a drop of blood.
Yeah.
So, the market seems large.
Is LabCorp wrapper like a slur for these companies though? It's kind of like GPT wrapper, right?
Yeah.
Think of it as a slur.
I don't know. I feel like you can. I feel like it's not really a slur because I think they can add a lot of additional services that LabCorp doesn't provide. Also. They can bring the phlebotomist to you. Mm-hmm. They can make the experience a little bit nicer than going to LabCorp. I feel like going to LabCorp is really scary. Yeah.
No, it totally makes sense. They have software engineers.
Yes, and the people yearn for diagnostics.
What I wouldn't give. Diagnose me, damn it.
We should do our blood test the next the next Mots.
Yeah. Mots hosts get their blood drawn on
Yeah.
camera. Yeah. I mean, it'd be anabolic. And so to bring this back around, I want to get to the final post here. We're going to get to our friend Diva. So this is Diva Haas, and he says, this is not specifically about Humane or AirChat. Because AirChat's another one that we
Oh
didn't
my
actually,
god.
we didn't
Yeah, we
actually
didn't talk about
mention.
Clubhouse.
Yeah, AirChat and Clubhouse. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I guess, technically Clubhouse is still going, right? But
Yeah,
what
so many
what a
ghosts.
Time. What a time. But he says, this is not specifically about Humane or AirChat or any other recent launch, but in general, people way overweight the opinions of a small group of very online people regarding whether new tech products are likely to succeed or fail. And so, of course, he's kind of getting at the Humane team, right? So, like the team of former Apple execs. And so, therefore, we must plow money into them, right? They've done the thing, and because they have that status, right? It kind of goes against the whole sort of idea that Silicon Valley is actually not credentialist. Sort of actually brought this up in episodes previous, right? But we kind of have this fake meritocracy in Silicon Valley. It's like, like if you're just simply a great engineer and you're just really, really good at what you do, it doesn't matter, what your school is, doesn't matter where you come from, you can go ahead and make it in Silicon Valley. Now, granted, there are cases of this, don't get me wrong. And, I'd probably argue that perhaps it's a little easier for this to be the case in Silicon Valley versus somewhere like the finance industry in New York. But to pretend that we do not weight credentials, to pretend that we do not have target schools in Silicon Valley, it's probably just not true.
Yeah, it reminds me of that dinner. What did he say? He was like at dinner with a bunch of Ivy League grads.
Yeah, the classic. Yeah. Oh, if it's to Stanford or Harvard. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's like a state school clapback, and they got Chipotle.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, like logos matter in Silicon Valley. Arguably not as much as in other industries because we're less regulated, but I think that like social proof is still the driver of a lot of capital deployment and a lot of product success, and it enables people to like get distribution faster because they have more influential people on their side. But I mean, Humane had all of that, and then there was still like a equally powerful and vocal group of people that clapped back against the product and was like, this actually is no good.
Well, just their customers, right?
Yeah.
It's like the most powerful people in that transaction were just their customers hating it.
Yeah. So at least
that'll do it.
Yeah. At least there's still like some checks and balances against like credentialism with no merit.
Totally. And I think that's a good place to wrap it up here. You've been listening to another episode of the Mots Pod. We'll go ahead and see you on the timeline again real soon.